Hello, guys. How are you doing today? How is the week been? I hope everybody's keeping safe. Welcome to another episode of FarmerHubTV, and we are going to be talking about a specific topic today, which is technology in agriculture, and we're going to be narrowing it down to poultry equipment precisely. We have a very good guest online right now who is going to be talking about the poultry equipment which they have in store. He's also going to be showing us some of this equipment which they have in house, and to let us see how we can maximize our profit in poultry farming. Like I said, welcome once again. Do subscribe, share, and like the video. Give us a thumbs up on your favorite social media network, either the Facebook or YouTube, and also share with your friends. And let's keep this conversation going on how to improve agriculture in Nigeria and in Africa in general. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest right now. His name is Mr. Olasoji Ayobami Olufemi. He's the CEO of Profem and Partners Limited. Like I said, they specialize in agricultural equipment, so they have a wide range of agricultural equipment, but we're going to be narrowing it down to poultry farming. Welcome, Shola. How are you doing today?
Good evening. Though there is a mix up in the name again, I'm Olasoji Ayobami Olufemi.
So Olasoji
Ayobami.
Don't mind me. Sorry about that mix up. I was still thinking of our last guest, Shola, who I spoke to last time. Yeah, it's all right. Sorry about that, Soji. Can you just go ahead and introduce yourself more, and let our viewers get to know you, please?
All right, thank you very much. I'm Olasoji Ayobami Olufemi, an agri engineer by profession and a lead consultant.
There we go again. Network issues, you know how it is. Soji, are you back?
Hello.
Are you back now?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Olasoji Ayobami Olufemi, an agri engineer by profession, lead consultant, and CEO of Profem and Partners Nigeria Limited, a company that is into general farm training and consultancy and general agro equipment and lots more. That's the summary about myself.
All right. Thank you very much, Soji. So we're going to be narrowing down to poultry equipment.
Yes, sir.
So just give me like an idea. What do you offer for poultry equipment? So how can you help a small scale farmer to maximize profits with equipment?
All right, sir. First of all, I would like to appreciate the hosts of this program giving us the privilege to showcase what we have and at the same time help the farmers. I won't be talking to the small scale farmers alone. I will also be talking to the medium scale farmers, because the ambition of every small scale farmer is to become a medium scale farmer. At least a medium scale farmer, if not a large scale farmer. So based on the topic before me, that I will be talking about the necessary equipment that every poultry farmer, between the small scale farmer and the medium scale farmer, must have. First of all, before we go into that fully, I would like to classify the poultry farmers into three, or basically two. because the equipment each farmers will be needing depends on the area of production or what the farmer is producing. What
Okay.
an egg farmer will need is definitely the equipment a poultry egg the equipment he will be needing is the
Yeah, guys, we're so sorry. You know how it is. It's I don't know what to say about it again, but the network it's always you know off and on back home. So Soji, are you back now? Yeah, today is one of those days where we're going to be having that network issue. I'm just going to go ahead and
apology for the name break.
Okay, yeah, go on. Yeah, go on, Soji. All right. We're just gonna wait for Soji to come back on. If he's back on, then we would bring him back on here. So Profem and Partners Limited, they have a website. So you should be able to check out the equipment he's going to be talking about. I can see they have the automatic drinkers and nipples. They have the bed transfer cage, the brooder lamps. They have variety of cages as well for your, depending on the type of birds you're going to be breeding. They have the beaker, they have egg crates, they have feed processing storage machines. So I know he's going to be showing us some of these equipment if he's back on. So let's just go back to him now. I think he's back on right now. Hi, Soji, are you back?
Yes, I'm back, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Right,
no, it's what it is. That's how it is. That's how we do our show. We understand, and our viewers understand as well. So they still stay with us because they know they're going to get the best information. I was just talking about your website and all the products you have for poultry on there. And I can see you're standing next to some of your cages, and the drinkers are up there as well. So can you just explain to us about this equipment, please?
All right, sir. Let's talk about the layer production. For every farmer that will be producing eggs mainly, you need a battery cage. It's almost like a compulsory, or let me even say it's very, very necessary, because gone are the days when you produce egg and your eggs are stained. Nobody will buy a stained eggs. So you need an equipment called battery cage. This is a battery cage.
Okay.
This is a battery cage. So the battery cage comes with automatic drinking system.
Okay.
You can see the buckets, and there will be a connection from this point that links this pipe where your birds have access to. They have access to clean water. So
yeah,
the same birds, as they lay egg in the cage, the egg rolls down here.
Yeah.
The egg rolls down here. So the birds do not have access to the egg again. Few minutes after laying the eggs, they don't have access to the eggs again. So that prevents them from pecking the egg, which will definitely lead to loss to the farmer. It prevents them from pecking the egg. It also prevents the eggs from getting stained.
That's good.
So that's the advantage of a battery cage. Then you can see the feeding trough. The feeding trough. So you have a feeding trough for the birds. The feeding trough, you can decide to add a feeding automated feeding machine, Although for a small scale farmer do not need automated feeding machine, but for a medium scale farmer, you may need an automated feeding machine. So that one has an arm. You will see the picture of that on our website. That one has an arm that automatically feed all these troughs with feed. But for a small scale farmer, when I talk about small scale farmer, once you have anything less than between the range of less than 2,000, 3,000 beds, you are still a small scale farmer.
Yeah, I don't think that the network is forgiving today. We're just going to bear with us. We're trying to, give good information here, but like I said, the network is not allowing. So, yeah. So I think Soji is back again. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So that is the on battery cage for layers farming.
So let's stay on that battery cage. How many birds do you put in there?
Yeah, there are different types of cages. We have 96 units per bed, 96 bed per unit. We have 120 bed per unit. Though some people we have the types of 160 beds per unit. That's not common anyway, and because especially in hot region like Nigeria, you have to consider temperature a lot in your stocking density. Most farmers don't do this. Most farmers want to maximize their space. I was in a farm during the course of this week, and I saw how somebody was doing a whole lot on half lots. Fine, he has a large number of stock, but is he really doing well in his business? I saw some mortalities, and virtually those birds weren't dying as a result of heat. They weren't dying as a result of disease. Rather, they were dying as a result of heat. So there are a lot of other things to consider in choosing the type of cage you use. So we advise 120 beds per 120 bed per unit or 96 bed per unit.
Okay. And this is so that they don't generate too much heat. It's not crowded and all that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And these cages, are they like made in Nigeria, or are you do you have to import them from somewhere?
Actually, we have two types. We make them locally, and we also import. The one standing right in front of me is the imported. Even the imported they have different grade. We have the one we call electro galvanized, and we have the one we call hot dip galvanized. All of them, even the local, will serve the same purpose, but their durability differs.
Okay. So what is your company doing in the way of trying to improve the local production?
Yeah, what we did in the area of trying to improve the local production was to increase the quality of accessories. Now we call our local cage with foreign accessories. What do I mean with foreign accessories? Because we still use, though they are local cage, but we use the same quality of nipples. We use imported feeding. We use accessories that will last longer than what the local accessories can give us.
Okay, that's good. So now there's another kind of cage for broilers, if you want to do with broilers, right? That's
yes,
the non-egg laying hen, right? Chickens.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you have that here?
We have that here, but it's not assembled. These are our showroom.
Okay.
Our store is in between.
So probably the only difference would be there won't be any slot for the eggs to roll out, right?
That is the major difference, but that's not the only difference.
Okay.
The number of cell is a little bit wider, and this one you have the cell is in 4-4. Wider one, each cell can contain like 4 beds, while in that of broiler might take like 10-20 beds.
Okay, that's cool. So like for instance, so I'm looking on your website now.
Yes.
You have what you call the beakers. What is that used for?
The beakers, Abby.
Yes.
All right. This is the beaker. You can see this
Okay.
part. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
this is using for cutting the beaks of the chicken.
Okay.
You know, to avoid pecking at their older age, at around 8 weeks to 10 weeks, we debeak the pullets. That's we cut that their mouth, the beak, the mouth part is what we call beak. So we cut it because that's what they use to peck on their eggs and peck on their colleagues within the cell.
All right. So that's good. What other products you would like to show us? I can see some other products there. Can you just like quickly run through them?
Okay. Still under layers, we have what we call egg. We have what we call egg transfer crates. We realize that most farmers during transportation of their eggs, they suffer huge loss as a result of breakage. So to prevent that, we have what we call egg transfer baskets. This is it. We have the local type. This is the local type. You can see egg crate inside.
Okay.
And this is the imported type. This imported type is collapsible, meaning if you are carrying it empty, you can collapse it. This green.
So it becomes flat.
It becomes flat. You can see this green one is collapsed already. It becomes flat. While this yellow is set upright to contain egg crates.
The crates.
So, yeah. Baskets can take like 8 to 10 crates of eggs.
Okay.
So which makes transportation easier and safer.
Okay.
You can imagine if you want to carry 10 crates of eggs, even on bike, you can just place that basket in front of you. You might wonder, why do I use bike as a means of transportation? Why not car? You know that most farmers, especially the small scale farmers, they transport in beats.
Yes.
Like 10 crates of eggs, 20 crates of eggs. I have a lot of farmers that discharge with bikes.
Yes.
They go and give
madam. And moreover, that's the easiest source of transportation for us in Nigeria. So it gets you anywhere.
Yeah. So that's that on the layer farming. We still have some other equipment, the automatic injector.
Okay. So that's to give injections and medications and all that. Yeah.
Yes, for your medications of your beds and the lights. So, and also every farmers also need scale on their farm. This scale. Okay. This scale, we have table size scales. This scale.
Okay.
And this is another scale. So why do we need scale on the farm? Because as your birds eat every day, especially the layers. Remember that your main purpose of producing layers is not for their meat, it's not for their weight, it's for their egg.
Yeah.
So they have a certain weight range where they produce best. Once they are lesser than that weight, they produce lesser. Once they are also heavier than that weight, they also produce lesser. So to monitor the progress, to monitor the weight of your bird, mostly what we do for farms that we set up is that we give them what we call business plan. In that our business plan, we have a chart there. We have a chart there that gives you the feed consumption per day, the expected weight of every bird, the expected mortality of the birds, and all those parameters that you need to be checking on daily basis, on regular basis, so that you are sure that you are doing well. Most farmers just want to know that my birds are not laying today, my birds are not doing well, but they don't check the parameters on regular basis. They only use the end results to know when they are not doing well or not. But meanwhile, a man doesn't just fall dead in a day. The symptoms will be in the body unchecked for some months.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's true.
So that's one of the reasons you need a scale on your farm, and to always monitor the progress of the birds. There are bigger scale. That's a platform scale, so that you monitor your feed too. The feed you are giving them, you just don't feed them. I've met some farmers that just feed birds based on the way the birds are eating. They just keep packing feed for the bird. You don't do that, especially for layers farming. Once you overfeed them, they will grow fat than what you need. So you have to measure the feed you are giving them. You have to be measuring their own average weight on regular basis. So we have different sizes or different types of scales for that purpose.
Okay, that's cool.
So
that's cool.
Then for a medium scale farmer, most especially for a medium scale farmer, I would also like to talk about another equipment, with the one we call manure scraper and manure dryer.
Okay.
You will see the picture of that on our website. All those ones are not assembled in the showroom, but they are in the store.
Okay.
One of the most important things you have to consider when setting up a poultry farm is how do you manage your waste products. Many people venture.
Because that could actually give you an income as well, right?
Thank you very much. I've seen many farmers that venture into farming in millions of naira, especially the medium scale farmers, and they will not put into consideration how to manage their waste. Number one, when you don't manage your waste properly, it becomes a nuisance on your farm, and at the end, it will also cause disease. It will also cause a disease outbreak in your farm. But when you manage your waste products very well, you have two advantages. One, your birds are safe. Two, you have an alternate source of income. I know of a farm that makes hundreds of thousands of naira from their waste products. What do they do? They have what we call manure scraper. The manure scraper scrapes the waste from under the battery cage to a pit outside the pen, and the manure dryer dries the manure into a dried or powdery form. This powdered manure or this dried manure can be used as fertilizer. Number one, it is easily transportable when it is dry. You cannot move a wet manure from south to east. It's not possible. It's possible, but it's not easy. But when it is dry, it is easily movable. So that's an additional, and it becomes an additional source of income for the farmer.
For the farmer as well. Wow, that's good. The good thing about this is that I like the idea that we can actually see the products as well. So guys, anytime you need your equipment, make sure you contact Profem Partners Nigeria Limited. I have I have Soji's contact scrolling at the bottom screen of at the bottom on the screen. So go ahead, contact him. You can see that the equipment are there. It's just for you to, get them. So Soji, I can see, a whole lot more equipment on your website, because as you're talking, I'm also browsing through the website to see what you've got. So can you tell us about the feed mill machines a little bit?
Yeah, I will still go to feed me, but before we leave the production aspect, there is one important tool I forgot to mention. And it's very important at this period where we have heat. A lot of people complain about heat stress, or even many of them don't know that it is heat that is killing their birds. They just tell you, they just tell you that my birds were fine yesterday, nothing is doing them. Suddenly I saw them drop dead and things like that. So, but what we do is that what we realize is that during this heat period, birds tends to die easily. So we have what we call foggers.
Okay.
We have what we call foggers. This sprays water in the pen house. It's kind of give the birds shower.
Okay.
You know, just like human being, when you are coming back from office under the hot sun and you feel like, oh, the first place you visit when immediately you get home is your bedroom to take some shower. So the same thing, we have it for the birds too. We have the cheap ones, we have the fogging machines. But for a small scale farmer, medium scale farmer, this one is cheap, this one is affordable. Just one of these is enough for one cage, and you know, with that you can save a whole lot of your investments from that
so
collapsing.
How is that connected to the cage? Do you have to use a source of water, or do you have to how do you connect it? What happens?
Yeah, this one you connect it to a pipe. I think I will upload. We'll try and work more on our YouTube to upload more videos of some of these things. You connect this to a pipe on top of the cage, and it sprinkles water in different directions. Okay. We have what we call four-way fogger, we have one-way fogger and fogging machine. So you connect it to a pipe like this, something like this. So it will be on top of the cage and it sprinkles water. You connect a pumping machine to the end of the pipe. You know, it's going to be a length of pipe.
Yeah.
So then you connect each of those foggers to the pipe, and immediately you switch on your pumping machine. It sprays water. You don't have to put it on all the time.
Yeah.
You just have to put it on when immediately you notice the temperature in the pen house is high. This is what we call a temperature and humidity monitor. This one helps you to know the temperature of the pen. So immediately is like a clock. You just hang it at the center of your pen. At the center of your pen, especially at the highest point of your pen. So immediately you notice that the temperature of the pen is becoming too high. You sprinkle water. Another way to know when your birds are feeling excess heat is that they start panting. They open their mouth and that's what we call panting. They will open their mouth and start breathing fast, just like in human being when you are panting. So the birds also show that same sign. Immediately you notice that sign in your birds, then you need to fog. But a good manager doesn't have to wait till they start panting before you shower them. You have to monitor the temperature in the building pen. Then once you notice that the temperature is becoming high, you can just go there, just shower them for 5 minutes. Then you switch it off. Maybe you come back in the next 1 hour or 2 hours, you shower them again. So you don't need to wait till they pant before you shower them. So this humidity and temperature monitor and the fogger are also an essential tool for a successful poultry farming.
That's good.
So these are another type. So we have, then there are other fogging machines, and there are other ones, foggers for bigger farms. We have the one foggers that can pump more water than all these ones. So depending on depending on the size of the farm, that's how we recommend to suit what you need at the for on each depending on each capacity of the farm, sir.
All right, that's so good. So can you just touch a little bit on the
Feed me.
what do you call them now? The
broiler.
feed processing machine.
Okay. The feed processing machine. Yeah, the feed processing machine is very simple. You need mainly very few equipment. Number one is the feed crusher. We call it hammer mill, or we call it crusher. So this helps you to break, especially the maize. You know, maize is one of the major content of feed.
Yes.
So the grains is too big for most size of chicken, so it needs to be crushed. So number one machine you need for the feed making is the hammer mill. We call it either hammer mill, or you can also call it a crusher. So you can also use it to crush the likes of the bone meal and some other materials that comes in bigger particles. Then after that, we have the mixer. That's the one that mixes all the materials together. All the pictures of all these machines are on our website. You can see the pictures there. So we have the feed mixer, we have the feed crusher. We have one there called conveyor. The conveyor's work is just to move the crushed maize or the crushed materials to the mixer. So the main equipment is the hammer mill and the mixer. So then another equipment you may need in your feed mill is your platform scales platform scales and table scales, because you also have to measure the feed components.
Yeah.
Before then another equipment you may need another component you need in a feed mill is a grain moisture meter. Why most people fail in feed making is because many people think you can just collect formula anyhow and use it anyhow and you will get the same result. No, it doesn't work like that at times, or in fact most times it doesn't work like that most times. Why? Because if you just copy a formula that is working well for Mr. A and you bring it down to your own farm to make your own feed, without checking that the quality of your components are the same with that of the other farmer, you may get a different result. One of the quality we check in maize farming is the moisture content in maize, and all the grains you use is the moisture content. That's why the farmers the feed makers are always sorting after grain moisture meter, because in fact before they offload they have to check it. We have different types of grain moisture meter. We have the table type, we have the probe type. This is the probe type, depending on the size of your feed mill, because all these things also have different costs. Depending on the size of your feed mills and all the rest, we recommend the type you use, and their durability also differs. So those are the necessary equipment in poultry feed making. However, sometimes some people add pelletizer. So though pelletizer to me is not very necessary in poultry feed making. You may need, it's very necessary when you are making feed for fish, but for poultry, it's not very necessary.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, Soji. It's a wealth of information that you've given us, and it's also good to know that all these things are readily available in Nigeria. So, what part of Nigeria are you?
We are our main office is here in Ibadan, Sanyo precisely.
Okay. And are you able to ship to anywhere in Nigeria, any part in Nigeria?
By God's grace, we have not only been serving Nigeria, we have been serving at least 2 other African countries. We've been able to ship some equipment to Sierra Leone and to Benin Republic.
Oh wow,
so
that's nice.
Every country of Nigeria is still our backyard.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'm like I said, I'm looking at your website. As you were talking, I was listening to you, I was checking out the website, and I'm like, wow, all those things are like really there for you to, for you to get. The prices are there. So guys, if you want to get anything, any equipment that has to do with your poultry needs, Profem and Partners Nigeria Limited. Their website is Profem and Partners agro.com, and you see different equipment. It's not just for poultry, but for every kind of farming you want to do. Like I said, I've been like going through, because I have a small scale poultry. I run with my brother as well. So I'm definitely going to be talking to you after this show,
We'll be
because
expecting you, sir.
there's some things we would want to get on there that I've been like all these things are things that I've been trying to source from China, but they are right there in our
In
backyard,
your
like you
backyard.
said.
Yes, sir.
So there's no harm in just doing business with our own, instead of spending that money out. So can you just give us your last word to farmers, especially poultry farmers?
Yes, my advice for poultry farmers, number one, is that most times uh, we we try to spend more, maximizing. We try to most farmers want to maximize their money without considering the necessary things, which I consider number one. Number one thing you need to do to be a successful poultry farmer is acquire enough knowledge. Online
Mm,
knowledge at times is not enough. You
mm,
need to talk to people that are really farmers, not just people that are talking online. We have many
mm.
online farmers than practical farmers.
Oh yeah.
So for you to be a successful farmer, I will advise you to first contact real-time farmers, or at least consultant that you know that they are really practicing. Contact
Mm,
consultant that you've seen their track record, that okay fine, these people are really doing well, and not just assuming factors for you. So and once you do it right, and many a times I also see that some farmers also tries to know more than their doctor. You know, when imagine you visit a doctor and the doctor is telling you that what you are suffering from is this, and you are insisting that no, yeah, what I have is malaria, and you know that kind of
mm,
thing. You will be allowed to treat yourself, but you may not get the desired result. And many a times it might be too late. It might be too late to learn. I don't want to mention name, but there are situations of some, even this week I've experienced some farmers trying to cut down on their cost unnecessarily, and
mm.
that in a way made them to lose even much more than they thought they are trying to save. So I advise every farmer to always look out for a fellow farmer to learn from, or at least practicing consultants to acquire their knowledge before venturing into poultry farming. Poultry farming is good, is lucrative, but it is not as easy as people paint it at times online. But it's,
Mm.
to be sincere with you, is very lucrative when you know the do's and don'ts of the business. Once you are able to master the art properly, even when storm comes, I won't promise you that the journey will be storm free, but I can promise you that if you master the art very well, during the storm you will be able to survive it, and at the end of the storm you will definitely make all your losses back. If at all, if you had losses, you will definitely make it back. But if you don't follow the basic principle, when the storms comes, it will easily swindle the farmer away. So that is my last one. And I will also give this as a source of encouragement to farmers, that though we are all passing through hard times in poultry farming, the high cost of maize and soya in feed making, and the general outbreak of bird flu that we have been hearing of. We learned that it has happened in some parts in maybe Jaws and the likes. So on the general outbreak, I will encourage all farmers to improve on their biosecurity. I will encourage all farmers to improve on their biosecurity, number one. Then I will also encourage all farmers to be sure, or let me put it like this, I will encourage them to just take out and be calculative in their way of doing business. That this time is just a phase in it's just a phase of this business. The phase will definitely be over, and you will definitely make you will definitely make back all your losses. It's just a phase, and the phase will definitely be over. This is not the first time it will be happening, and it will definitely not be the last time. But for every farmers that have always stayed true all through the phase of the storm, they always laugh at the end of the storm. So I will encourage all farmers that is going through the hard times to be courageous, and not faint-hearted. They will to be sure that they will, at the end of this phase, they will surely have reason to smile. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, Soji. That's some real advice. Like I said, let's try to get proper education. One of the reasons why we have the show here is to be able to bring real-time farmers, people that are actually share their experiences. They are both good and bad. So we don't want you to just come here and tell us how wonderful it is to farm. We also want you to tell us about what you go through, the bad part of it, so that we'll be able to learn, other farmers will learn from it, and we'll be able to share ideas. Like I said, our guest today is Mr. Olasoji Ayobami.
Yes, sir.
And his contact is right there at the bottom of the screen. It's scrolling. He's the CEO of Profem Partners Limited. They are located in, I believe you said Ibadan, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they are located in Ibadan. Do get in touch with them for your agro needs. This contact number, is it also on WhatsApp as well?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm definitely going to be contacting you, like I said, because I'm just looking through your websites and I see a lot of stuff I would want to get. I have Akin Tonde Afolabi, who is our regular on here. Thank you so much for always joining us and commenting and sharing your view as well. He's also talking about biosecurity is the key against many diseases for farmers, especially the African swine fever and the bird flu. So just like you said, he's also hammering on that. Thank you so much, Afolabi Akintonde, for always being part of the show. And he also says good products worth considering. So that's for you, Soji. Says you have good products, and he's going to be considering the product as well. So like I said, you guys have a YouTube channel too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you let me see if I can actually get your YouTube. Yeah, I do have it on here. So I'm going to share that on screen as well for anybody that wants to join. So go to their YouTube channel as well. Do go share, like, and subscribe on it as well. And let's keep this conversation going so that we are able to grow together. Okay, so I have that on there as well. And it should be there right now. Yes, it's next to the website. The YouTube channel is there. Go ahead. There's a lot of information there. So Soji, we're going to be contacting you again to come on to share some of the products, and hopefully we might actually get someone down to your office as well to see the product, talk about them and things like that. So this is not going to be the last time we're going to be talking to you. Be sure of that. So
No
I hope
problem,
you
sir.
always welcome us when we come.
Definitely, sir.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing
Thank you,
your
sir.
knowledge with us, and do keep safe. And we'll be contacting you at the end of the day very soon. All right.
Thank
So,
you very much,
guys,
sir, for the
yeah,
privilege.
okay, thank you. So, guys, thank you for joining the show. We're back on next week again. Same time, same YouTube channel. And like I said, always keep the conversation going. Let's try to improve on the way we practice agriculture. Let's get the knowledge. Let's implement the knowledge. Don't just get it and leave it. Don't let us be an online farmer like most of our guests would say. Do get the knowledge and let's do things better so that we can get better yield. Remember, agriculture is the future, has always been the future, and is still the future. Let's work together to feed our nation as well. All right. Thank you for joining the show again, and do have a lovely day. And please use your mask, keep safe, and you know, see you next week, and we'll talk very soon.